Salamu alaikum kwa my fellow Muslim. Mm, Bwana asifiwe kwa wale wa Kristo wanaona channel yangu. Today we want to speak about escaping the tyranny of the agent. If Is there a way to escape the tyranny of agent and move the important things back to the center? Do you feel one day flow in the next, or into the next, or 1 week flow into the next, or 1 year into the next? How do you stop the rush and find rest of our worries, of our weary minds and bodies? I do like suggest that God Himself has given us a good starting point. That is true. God has given us a good starting point. That's why we should, if we want to escape the tyranny of the agent, we have to. God has given us Himself the starting point. One of the starting point. It is really a place of time. It is really a place in time. It is a divine space, a timeless symbol of entity in which He invites us to find renewed peace and rest. That is the day of Sabbath day, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday, is a Sabbath day, which God has given us to be a special day for us to rest, not a special day to multitask our things. In the first lesson, we learned about how we multitask our jobs. We don't find time to rest. That's why in the last episode about rush for the rush, we learned that we should not do things rashly. We should not leave too early to leave. That's why God has given a timeless symbol of entity which He invites us to find a renewed peace and rest. We discover this of peace in the Garden of Eden at the creation. The creation will teach us the way God created things step by step until the last day where He rests, the seventh day. That's why this book is trying to teach us that he suggests himself. He has given a good starting point, a place in time, and it is a defined space. At the end of the 6 days of creation week, God instituted the Sabbath. That's why in the creation, God taught about the Sabbath, which we have learned that the way we should also do as God has given us, institute the Sabbath as a day of resting, not a day of doing other work. You should leave all the things you are doing for the 6 days and start doing your rest, resting with your children, reading the books of God, learning to be a good follower of God's command. That's why God has given us. In the creation, He given us the 7 day. He sanctified it. If you read the Genesis chapter 1, we learn more about how God made the Sabbath holy and a resting day. Let's continue. The book of Genesis describes it this way. Thus heaven and the earth and all the hosts of them were finished. And on the seventh day God ended His work which He had done, and rested on the Sabbath day for all His work which He had done. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it. Blessed it in it is He rested from all His work which He created and made. That's why we should also copy the way Almighty God has done. Nowadays, people have take Sabbath day like a normal day. There's no resting. People go to work. You should rest on that day, the Sabbath day, which is Saturday. Let's go on. It is the stop of law of endless time. It is a place. It is a post in routine of our daily grid. It should be our daily routine, whereby we should rest on that day. We just pray, worship God, doing charity work, doing good things on the Sabbath day, not a day whereby you go to work, You find a rest. If you rest on a Sabbath day, it will help your body system to relax. It will help your body system to have some health benefit. That's why nowadays people don't have some health benefit because they multitask. Every day they don't have a resting day. And God has said in the books, of His holy books, that it should be our daily routine. It is a place of pause in the routine of our daily grid. We should put in our mind that it is good to rest on Sabbath day. It's called all to the rush of our daily work, and the Sabbath is God's sacred escape in the frantic world. It is a day set. It is a day set. It is a day set apart from all other days of the week. It's a special. It's a special quality time. It is a time we can reflect on our most important relationship, our relationship with God, our relationship with our loved ones. Also, it is a good time whereby you can find solution how to create love with God, to create love with our loved ones. We are visiting our loved ones which we are far with us, or they are coming to visit us. We rest with them to to make this day sanctified with the way God rested on the same day. Also, I am urging my fellow people, let's do as God told us in His holy books, that we should rest on the Sabbath day. The world is busier and noisier and more intense and more demanding than any time in the history. This is what is happening nowadays, whereby people have take a Sabbath day as like a normal day. We should we should always take it as a day of resting. That one will help us more about. We should not have more challenges which we are now facing nowadays, because we have taken a Sabbath day as a history, not as for God sorry for as God day for resting. The Sabbath day keep us from being consumed by it. Our cities are like orchard without exit. Urgent voice, flashing sign, endless stream of media images surrounding us. Our overcrowd and overstressed and saturated and overstimulated lives need rest. These things have come to our life because we don't rest. That's why this these words these challenges I have mentioned to you about our overcrowded, overstressed, oversaturated, overstimulated life need a rest. Of things to find joy in our timeless of meaningful relationship with God is Sabbath day. There are many holy things in the religion of this world whereby people have ascribed holy to everything from cow to bones of saints. Men have worshipped idols of every conceivable kind. Uh, that's what we should learn from the day of Sabbath. We should take God to help us that to avoid this thing which nowadays people are worshipping. Others are worshipping idol, like our our brothers who are Muslim, who are Hindus. They they worship uh, they worship in the sacred water. They travel thousands of miles to bathe in the sacred water of the Ganges River. Buddhists honor the site where Buddhas received the so-called enlightenment. Christians travel to Rome and Jerusalem to experience sacred places. Uh, God blessed the seventh day and sanctified. God created holy setting, the Sabbath, where human could be special blessed, and He did not restrict it to certain location. God's sacred site, each Sabbath, heaven touches earth, and God's eternal place in time. Descend from heaven, He places holy setting in time, equally acceptable to all human beings. We should not only say that God has a sacred place to go whereby people travel to various places to go to see, so that they say that is the only place where God is. Only the Sabbath is he has placed his holy setting in time, equal accessible to all humanity. That is true. God has no sacred place. That's why Sabbath I am trying to explain to you, so that you may understand that God has no sacred place, only setting of time. Accept what is acceptable to us is the Sabbath day. It is a divine invitation from all the King of the universe to live their rat race of life, to enter the palace of the King. We are freed from the slavery of our daily work. We are released from the bondage of earthly to enter into the realm of heaven. The Sabbath calls us to rejoice in the presence with the psalm which sing, "This is the day which the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad." That's what if read Psalm 118 verse 24, it says that is the day which the Lord has made. Not where we are going to. We are visiting many places. In that day, it is the presence of fullness of joy at the right hand of pleasure. That is true. Let's take the Sabbath day and rest on that day, because God has set it for all humanity, not for only for Muslims, or not only for Buddhists or for Hindus. Let's forget about these things and concentrate on the Sabbath day. And this will help us as we wind up the topic of the day, the weekly reminder that God created us and we belong to Him. The Sabbath is called us to back our roots, and it reminds us of who are we, and it is the backbone of new and meaningful relationship of trust and rest in Him. If you maintain the Sabbath day, it will be meaning to you to trust in God and also to rest in Him. If you rest upon God, it will help us a lot. May God bless you. Let's continue watching my channel. May God bless you as we continue with the next episode, which will be about the spirituality and health. Thank you.